Andy's goal is to have 0 customer complaints. In addition, ASD is continuing the expensive work of improving its back office operations. Back office operations are where the customer service people are, the accounting people, the people who make sure taxes are paid, the infrastructure is working. And as I stated before, there are many other exciting things coming in the future that will benefit everyone involved with these ASD income opportunities. I want to emphasize that ASD and its related companies are not selling stock. They're not seeking investors. Should any of the related companies elect to do so in the future, strict adherence to the SEC and state regulations will be observed. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC. This agency is created by Congress to protect investors from frauds and other abuses. Also, no one is being invited to invest in Andy's companies. That is simply not being done. The ASD rebate program is designed to respect these regulations and obey them. It is not an investment opportunity and should not be considered as such. ASD is seeking to build up its base of subcontractors who will continue to sell internet advertising for them in the future, even after the rebate program is altered or ends and is replaced with something even more exciting and beneficial. ASD wants to acquire information about companies that will continue to purchase advertising on the internet in the future, and ASD is willing to pay for that information through the rebate program. Because of the rebate program, some people have asked if the ASD program or the ASD cash generator income opportunity is a Ponzi scheme or pyramid. A Ponzi scheme or pyramid is illegal because they use money from new investors to pay the first investors in the scheme that promise returns. It depends on a continually increasing base or a continuing supply of new members and new money. When the base of the pyramid stops growing, the pyramid collapses. While ASD commits a portion of its future revenues to pay rebates, it does not guarantee a return per se, and the time it takes to earn rebates is affected by the revenue stream in the future. Not everyone elects to participate in the rebate program, and not everyone earns rebates. ASD's business models have multiple components, as Andy mentioned earlier, and multiple sources of revenue. They are not dependent on a base that must continue to expand. Even more important, the rebates are fixed. They allow the participants to earn only a set amount, and that amount is based on performance. There's no continuing obligation to pay to infinity as in illegal pyramid and Ponzi schemes. Because of these major differences, the ASD business opportunity is not a Ponzi scheme or pyramid, and it is not in violation of the SEC laws or regulations. As founder and president of ASD, Andy envisions a day in the future when the company will operate as a premier distributor of internet advertising, using the information he is now acquiring to market services. We understand Andy's goal is to follow the example of other broad-based network companies such as Amway and Avon and Rubbermaid and others that have used the methods they developed to become a recognized leader in their fields. Andy wants to become a recognized leader in the internet marketing advertising, and he is achieving his goals. If anyone has legal questions about the ASD cash generator opportunity, our office has provided a section on the ASD website that covers frequently asked questions concerning legality. They should be able to get their questions answered there. If they can't find the answers, they should contact the staff at ASD or submit a ticket for a written response. For more complex legal and regulatory questions, we're happy to have people have their attorneys contact us. We'll discuss the information with them in detail. Our contact information is right there on the frequently asked questions page. In closing, I want to assure you that as a licensed attorney for 30 years, I know there's no such thing as a free lunch. You can't get paid money for doing nothing unless you're born with it. But at the same time, I believe that opportunity still exists in this country and in the world. and that steady work and dedication can and do pay off. We know that ASD is committed to creating an environment where these opportunities can be found, opportunities to earn money necessary for the challenging economic times ahead. These are opportunities for people who want to achieve higher long-term goals for themselves and their family so they can enjoy more financial freedom and security. We wish everyone involved with the ASD program great success. We will do our part to make sure that it happens. Thank you for listening to me today, and thank you, Andy, for allowing me to make this presentation.
Thank you, Robert, for that excellent presentation. Well, I hope you have a much better understanding now of why the AdCash Generator income opportunity is definitely 100% legal, and because of that proven fact, you can now see how and why we have been successfully expanding for over 18 months now, and will continue to expand all across the USA and around the world for many, many years to come. I have built this business on a strong legal and ethical foundation because it is our intention and goal to make AdCash Generator the biggest and the best online advertising income opportunity in the world. And we're well on our way to achieving that goal. Now, another question and concern that's normally expressed by new members when they first join for free is, well, this sounds very much like some other ad surfing programs that were scams and did not last long and took people's money and gave nothing in return. Well, my answer to that is to listen to what our attorney just stated, along with reading and or listening to all the wonderful success stories of our members who've been earning lots of money over the past 18 months. And you will clearly see why the AdCash Generator opportunity is definitely not like those other illegal scams that have come and gone on the internet. We're definitely here to stay for a long time to come, and we will continue expanding and helping you to earn lots more money. Now, the other companies' payout destined them to fail. In other words, they paid a definite percentage for a certain period of time, 10 days, 15% per day. And that just will not allow them to operate very long. Because if sales go down, they don't have any way to continue to pay that guaranteed percentage. Now, where we differ is that we pay 50% of sales. So if our sales increase, that's great. It increases the rebates. But if our sales decrease, that doesn't hurt us because we're still paying 50% of sales. Now, some other questions that we hear a lot from new people are, how in the world can your company pay out so much money to its members? Won't you run out of money at some point? And where does the money come from? And how do you generate profits to stay in business? Well, before I answer that question, let me give you an example to help you understand my answer. Remember back when we were little kids? We used to watch the bigger kids riding their bikes around the neighborhood, and we used to say, well, how in the world do they do that? How do they keep their bike from falling over and crashing? It looks so hard to do and scary. Well, the exact same thing is happening here when people first look at the AdCash Generator. And just like learning to ride a bike, which you may recall was not too difficult to do, and once you learned how it became a very simple and easy and fun thing to do, this business is the same way. It's actually very simple. How our company can pay out so much money to our members and still have plenty of money to operate and keep expanding. We sell advertising, and we pay 50% of our sales to our members as rebates. So by paying 50% of the